Okay, let's dive right into this. If you're tired of wading through all the empty promises online and you just want a real, no nonsense blueprint for building an actual income, you have come to the right place. We are about to break down a method that is proven to work from someone who has seen it all. So, meet Mark Tilbury. Back in 1995, he was on top of the world, a self made millionaire with a booming business empire. And then the internet showed up and just wiped him out completely. But this story isn't really about failure. Nope. It's about what happened next. You see, instead of just giving up, he spent years testing, failing, and losing millions of dollars just to figure out what actually works online. And eventually, he cracked the code and built his fortune all over again. And now, we get to pull back the curtain on the exact framework that he discovered. He calls it the E-Wealth Wheel. And here's the fascinating part. Whether you realize it or not, you are already on this wheel somewhere. It's got 3 main stages and a secret 4th stage that, let me tell you, very few people ever even get to see. Whoa, okay, look at these numbers. They're pretty sobering, aren't they? A huge 55% of people never even get started. Another 28% start, but they just get stuck. Only 16% actually find some success, and a tiny 1% make it to that elite level. So the big question is, why? Let's figure it out. So that biggest chunk, the 55%, is made up of people who are basically just frozen. The online world feels like this big, confusing jungle of ads and get-rich-quick schemes, right? The key to escaping the stage, and this is wild, is surprisingly simple. Just pick one method that actually fits your skills and your budget and test it. That's it. Just start. Okay, so what about that next group? We're talking about the 28% who do start, but then get stuck, making like less than $50 a month. They have fallen into the single most common and honestly, the most dangerous trap that keeps people from ever making real money online. So maybe one week they're all in on drop shipping, but then the next week they're completely convinced print on demand is the real answer. And then some guru sells them on publishing books through Amazon KDP. And before they even know it, they're trying to become a day trader. Does any of this sound a little familiar? This right here, this is the absolute dream killer, shiny object syndrome. Now listen, all of those methods we just mentioned, they can work, but none of them work if you don't commit. It's just like that old cartoon of the miner who digs and digs, but gives up just 3 feet from the gold, only to go start a brand new hole somewhere else. So how do you escape that trap? How do you join the 16% to actually make it? Well, it all comes down to a clear 4-step blueprint that separates the people who win from those who are just left spinning their wheels. Okay, here it is. It's pretty straightforward. First, you gotta stop trying to sell to everybody and define your one ideal customer. Second, prioritize consistency, not perfection. Third, you've gotta show people why they need your product. Don't just tell them. And fourth, build unwavering trust with social proof. Let's break down a couple of the most important ones, shall we? Now, consistency doesn't mean you have to work 12-hour days. No way. It just means doing small, focused things every single day. Post something about your product. Engage with the comments to build that trust. Test one tiny little change to a product photo. These small, daily actions, they compound into major results over time. And here is a perfect example of the difference between showing and telling. Let's say you're selling a gaming controller. Telling is just posting some gameplay footage with a link. That's it. But showing is demonstrating exactly how those extra buttons give a player a real competitive edge, comparing it side by side with a normal controller. Showing is what makes people want to buy. Okay, so we've covered how to get into that successful 16%. But what about that secret final stage? The one that less than 1% of people ever actually reach. What is their secret? So what do you think it is? What's the one thing they do that's so different? I'll give you a hint. It's not about working harder, and it's not even about being smarter. It's about a fundamental shift in how they think about the money they make. The answer comes down to a single word: reinvestment. You see, most people, they see profit as money to go spend on nice things. But the elite 1%, they see profit as a tool to make even more money. So what does that actually look like in practice? Well, you take your small profits and you put them right back into the business. Maybe you upgrade your tools to save time, or you spend a little on ads to get more customers. You could even outsource tiny tasks, like paying someone on Fiverr to design a better logo, which frees up your focus for what really matters. And this is the crucial difference. Unlike stocks, where you have basically no control, you have complete control over your own business. Every single dollar you reinvest has the potential for a massive return because you are in the driver's seat. This right here is the mindset shift that changes the entire game. The moment you see your first dollar of profit not as something to spend, but as a seed for future growth, you've already put yourself ahead of almost everyone else out there.
So that really just leaves one final question. When you make that first sale and that first little bit of profit is sitting in your hand, what are you going to choose to do with it?